Coming up next, straight from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, it's Jonathon Boogie Long. This guitar-slinging blues rock powerhouse grew up on gospel, won Guitar Center's King of the Blues back in 2011, and got inducted into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame. His latest album, Courage in the Chaos, packs raw energy, and right now we're kicking things off with the killer track, Hell or High Water. Get ready, this interview's about to crank up the volume. Now here's the Trout with Jonathon Boogie Long. Enjoy.
Ready to engage in things I might regret. I'll be there, baby. Or if I'm healthy or I'm dead.
Retired or getting ready to retire? David Smith, your Edward Jones financial advisor, is passionate about helping you craft the retirement you've always dreamed of. With over 20 years of experience, David creates personalized financial strategies to secure your nest egg, fund that dream vacation, or build a lasting legacy for your family. At Edward Jones, it's not just about wealth, it's about living your rich life. Whether you're enjoying more time with grandkids or exploring new adventures, David's here to guide you every step of the way. Proud sponsor of The Trout Show, he's committed to making your retirement vibrant and worry-free. Connect with David Smith today. Call 469-372-1587 to start planning your retirement now. And, oh, by the way, David can assist anybody located in 48 continental United States. Call David today at 469-372-1587.
I'm going to ask you something different. You've probably never been asked before. That's what I try to do when I talk to people. What's it like growing up? People keep saying you're a child prodigy. Did that affect you? Do you feel like it is something that you got to keep up? I mean, we were talking about, I mentioned Joe Bonamassa a while ago. He was a child prodigy. How did that make you feel when you're growing up and somebody goes, "Oh, you're a child prodigy," and you started playing so young and you became a great player young? Is it something something you have to think about and keep up with, or does it even affect you?
I mean, not really. I mean, I won't say that I didn't go through my ego phase, but I got slapped down to reality pretty quick, you know, because I mean, I got a touring gig when I was 14. So, I mean, I was on the road. I kind of had to grow up fast, you know? But, I mean, it's just a phrase. I mean, I locked myself in a bedroom for a lot of hours. So when people were out there playing football and this and that, I was in a bedroom shedding guitar. And, I mean, I was a prodigy in the sense that I could feel the music pretty quickly. Like I always had like a innate ability to kind of feel the flow of things, but it still took work. You know what I mean? So like,
well, what I'm saying is it's kind of almost a burden on you to a certain degree, I would think.
Well,
you lose the fact that you know they're expecting something special out of you because you're a prodigy. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I always like when people would say that about people that I would go watch growing up, I always would keep I would always try not to have my hopes too high. In other words, I would always like, you know, just try to let that person speak for themselves, you know?
Yeah.
And it loses its, I mean, by the time you're 18 or 20 or whatever, it loses its pizzazz anyway. You lose you're no longer a child prodigy. Now you're a grown man, and everybody expects you to play like a grown man. You know.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, and did your parents, were they into what you do? Not the playing, but the music.
Yeah, they sang gospel growing up. That's where I really came up.
Right.
It was in gospel. My grandfather was a minister. My mom and dad sang gospel music, and I would go and play prisons and nursing homes and stuff and minister with them. You know, I would always play kind of little leads and stuff behind my grandfather growing up. So that's where, like my family being into gospel music is where I got my start, like as a musician. And you know, My introduction into blues was a little bit different, but that's where I got my start as, just coming
Well, you're
up.
playing that, and a lot of people I've visited with in the South, because I'm from the South, it's 9 times out of 10 they started doing something in church.
Yeah,
Whether they're singing in church or playing in church, they got that. And if they grew up in the South, it's going to be more gospel based than
right.
modern stuff. And
I
that's
played it
where,
all. I mean, I played it all. I was on staff at a church for 15 years playing
oh
bass.
wow.
So I played all the contemporary stuff too.
But you started playing young and you started playing a lot. And I think imagine, and I have worked with about 4 players now. That two of them are blues players, both of them under eight. Well, they're both 18 now. And when you're in that business, your parents know nothing about it. You get into it, but you grew up in it. You got to be exposed to it. Did you kind of take the standard, standard trip where you started playing around town? You said you went on tour. I mean, how
Yeah.
did at
Um,
14? You had already been playing. That they wouldn't ask you to be on tour unless they'd already heard you play.
so I had a local artist named Dixie Rose that was a songwriter. She found me when I was about 10 or 11 at Mark's Music, which is where I was taking lessons growing up as a kid. And she saw something special and gave me my first gig. I was a kid, so my first kind of gig at a place called Tony's Tavern was when I was like 11 years old. And then I started going and rehearsing with Dixie, and I started playing her songs. And she had a band that I would go play with at certain places. And then she introduced me to the Blues Jam, to Swamp Mamas. And I would go there on Sundays, and as long as I had a guardian, I could go in because they were serving food. They cooked pizzas and they were
Okay.
serving free red beans and stuff. So it's kind of like a way to circumnavigate the law, because it was a nightclub.
Yeah, sure.
So uh, I played there for a long time. Many players. I grew up around Kenny Acosta, Sundance Dunstan, Kenny Neal, Little Ray Neal, Larry Garner.
Wow.
Just a lot of the Baton Rouge guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I grew up playing with those guys, and then when I was 14. Uh, Kind of what was the catalyst of it was Kenny Neal kind of came to me and said, "Hey man, maybe you're good. Maybe I'll take you to Japan with me or something sometime." And I was thinking to myself like, "Man, I could really do this, Kenny, So I dropped out. My band director, me and him got into it over some stuff, and I ended up telling him like, if you don't change your mind, I'm dropping out. And so I dropped out and got a touring gig, and I mean, I kind of never looked back since then. I've had ups and downs, but music is, it's always kept me grounded, and um, I don't know where I
Well,
would be.
I think it's interesting because I don't think you realize that everybody's going, "Why are you so good?" I'm just playing guitar. It's what I do, you know?
Yep, that's right. And I can't explain it either. People ask me to explain it all the
No,
time. Like, man, how can you play like that? Like, how do you hear the music so fast? And how do you internalize like where to go so quickly? And it's like, I don't.
you don't.
It's like it's it's kind of like breathing at this point. Like some people
Yeah.
could call it. You could say it's muscle memory, and I'll agree with that to an extent.
Sure.
But at some point it becomes such second nature that it just like it becomes a part of you. Like it's like another language. It's like learning another language.
It
Like it's
is.
just another way to communicate.
Yeah.
You know, and then everybody has their own way in which they do so. And my way happens to be I approach licks and stuff more from a singer standpoint. Than I do like from a guitar like
Hmm.
from approaching it like a guitar player.
So you think of, so when you're doing like the album getting ready to release next month, you look at it from a song instead of like lead guitar, but we look at it and go, okay, where's our 8 bars or our 12? I'll
Yeah.
sing, but I can't wait to get in there and play. So you kind of look at it the other way around. I'm going to sing, and then if I add this, it's going to be an addition to it to make it better.
Yeah, well that and it's just a extension of my voice.
Ah,
So the guitar on this record is mixed just like my vocal track, like in the very much so in the forefront to where it kind of mimics the vocals, you know,
yeah.
because that's how I play. Like that's how I'm always thinking like melody and thinking like from a vocalist sort of standpoint. Because I grew up more on like black gospel and fusion
Mm,
than more so than like classic rock and like
right.
that kind of stuff, you know.
Well,
So like
you're in
so
a
like
genre that is very selective in a certain way. The
right.
thing I like about what you do, and a lot of players like what you do, is the fact that you can keep doing. I mean, I know Buddy Guy's guitar tech. Well, Buddy's going on his 90th birthday tour. Now,
Yeah.
if you were playing Taylor Swift music, you would never hit 90 playing because they wouldn't listen to you after 40, which is probably going to happen to her too. But when the genre that you and I both like and you get to play all the time, people don't care. You
No.
know, they don't care. It's like it's a different feeling. People don't care. They just like get up and do your thing. And I grew up listening to the Stones. The Stones were the ones that kind of got me involved because their first album had Little Red Rooster on it, and I went, "What is this?" You know.
Yeah, the
And
real
so,
deal. Yeah.
and I went, "Okay." And when the album came out, Tommy and Electric Ladyland came out the same year. All my friends were getting Tommy. I was getting Jimi Hendrix because I just, I just said I want to hear that. I like Tommy. I like Pete Townsend. But so I think in what you do, you can do it forever. You know,
Sorry.
and I think that's what makes it great. And you've already traveled enough down the road. I guess the great thing about it, the good and bad news is you've been through all the crap. You know what I mean? You already know the good news, the bad news. You know what's good. You know what people are good. You know people you can trust. You know, and now you can just concentrate. Which I'm sure. When did you? Well, let's just talk about the album real quick. When did you start this project for the album that you're
Um,
releasing?
I'm gonna say we kind of started talking about it around January of last year, you
Okay.
know. So it took us a year to put together, you know. Uh, a friend of mine said, hey man, Jim Odom had mentioned wanting to do a record on you. So I said, hey man, try to hook that up. And after 4 or 5 lunch meetings, we made it happen.
Yeah.
And it's an
Where did
all
it was it
star.
recorded all in one spot or did you move around?
No, I did two sessions. I did one session in Mandeville, Louisiana, with Terrence Higgins on drums, David Ellis on bass, and Nelson Blanchard on keyboard. And then I did a session in New Orleans with Doug Belote on drums, Alan Maxwell on bass, and John Papa Grow on keyboard and organ.
What
So
did you? I have to ask, just for my own edification. What did you use for amps on most of the time when you played?
I used my Two Rocks. I'm endorsed by a company called Two Rock, and so I have a Bloomfield drive and I have a mini Sig, and
Okay.
then we had I had a Dumble overdrive special,
Mm,
and I had a matchless DC-30 that was a Samson Air that was number 11,
mm,
matchless DC-30 number 11. I used the matchless and the Two Rocks mostly. I didn't use the Dumble at all because
no.
it just didn't. Yeah, I mean, it just didn't. It does this mid-rangey thing really good,
Hmm.
but it's not a good. It's not like the greatest pedal platform.
Yeah.
So like when I needed pedally stuff, I would use the Two Rock stuff, and then when I just wanted like just get like amp grit, I would
Hmm.
go straight into the DC-30 because like the matchless stuff doesn't take pedals very well either, you know.
What does it have speaker wise? Just 112,
We were
212? What
using
has
410s. I was using a
410s? Okay.
410 cabinet with that
Okay.
amp,
Okay.
which is like the magic spot. It's like the magic spot with it.
Right. So when you go on tour, what do you take?
I
The
use
same thing?
I'm using a 112 cabinet and
Okay.
a 100-watt head.
Okay.
Generally, like or sometimes I'll cut it down to 50. It's switchable between 50 and 100.
Right.
So,
And so the thing about it though is since I listen to so many records, well not records, but I listen to people. I listen to this, and I'm a producer, so I listen to the drums and everything.
Sure.
And I go, okay, because everybody has a different feel to it. So when you're involved in a project like this, how much do you get involved with the final mixing and all that?
I don't.
You don't? You just stay back and let them do their thing?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to put like when you over listen to it, you get so burnt out on it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then at some point, like suggestions that you're making aren't even good suggestions anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, it's just like you're what's the old adage? You're beating a dead horse. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's always good to have that extra those multiple sets of ears on it anyway.
Yes, I
And
agree.
whenever you're paying somebody that has, for instance, like Daryl Thorpe mixed this record, and he has 30 Grammys, most of them for the Foo Fighters. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
he would know what to do.
so well, I mean, it's like,
Yeah. What am I going to do? Yeah.
what am I going to tell this guy? You know what I mean? So
Nothing.
like that's what we're paying, and it's the same thing with Jim Odom. I mean, Jim worked on Kansas records and mixed. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah, yeah. I understand.
it's like, man, like, what am I going to tell these people? You know?
Well, they know how.
Which is
and
nothing.
It's kind of, it's,
Which is
it's like-
nothing.
yeah, it's like a producer. Your producer's job is to get the best out of you.
Right.
So
And
if you're
Jim
hiring
did.
in engineering and they're sitting there and you got a producer in there, they're supposed to get the best out of you,
Right. Yeah.
not the other way around. It's just, and I find it's about, I don't know, 50, 60% don't get involved. I mean, some of them get involved. They want to be involved more. A lot of people I interview, not so much the major stars. The major acts, they just want the people to, like, you know, like you, it's like, why am I going to tell these guys?
Yeah, well, it's like, we hired them because we trust them to do the job.
Right.
Like, that's the reason that we asked them to do it. So, like, if I'm, like, if I knew, I'd be doing it. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be paying them however many thousands of dollars to do it.
That's right.
So it's like,
That's exactly
yeah.
right.
So yeah, my answer to that would be trust in the people that you
Yeah.
hire to do it right. You know.
Well, and I think the thing about it is there is amazing difference. Most people that listen would not know it, but just listen to all the different people. I listen to their sound quality. You know, I have friends in Nashville. They obviously have a different sound than somebody like you that has the blues sound, or somebody's playing rock or whatever. And I'm not a drummer, but I listen to drums because I like the particular sound of drums. And everybody has a different sound.
Yeah.
And the last time I was in a studio, they spent all day just setting up the drums, you know,
Yeah.
because you wanted to get that sound of the drums. They said, well, once you get that, then you're done. You can get the rest of the stuff.
That's right.
And
We did it
also-
the same way. We approached it the same way. The rhythm tracks are the most important thing on day one,
right.
and then once you have that, everything else can be embellished. You know.
Well, so let me ask you about your process a little bit. A lot of people don't like this, but I do. When you go in and you're ready, so you got the tune, you probably have a scratch done that you've already done. So this is the song I want to do. You sit in with a drummer and a bass. How do you do the scratch to get kind of the basic foundation of the song?
We sent them the scratch tracks. Like I
Right.
would, I just kind of like went through it, with like an acoustic guitar and vocals,
Okay.
and then that way, you know, we try not to. On this particular project, we tried not to push them in any particular direction because we wanted people to have their kind of their feel or their input on, you know, like how it's supposed to feel.
Well, musicians are like your engineer.
Right, exactly.
You hire
That's
them
what
to
you
do
hire
what they
them for,
want. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you may have something in your mind and you're like, well, I wouldn't have played that way. Of course not. You're not them.
Right.
That's
exactly.
what brings out the best when you get together. You know, and when I hear the energy in like your album, I listened to it some more this morning, is I know people that don't go in the studio very much, it can be a very boring experience to a certain extent if you're just sitting there.
Oh yeah.
So you have to get. I used to stand in front of the microphone when I was singing or doing a lead. I was saying, okay, I'm in front of 16,000 people. I had to do something to try to pump me up because you're standing there and there's people standing there looking at you while you're trying to lay something fancy little thing down. So it's not easy to do, but to me, I hear a lot of on this record, a lot of energy coming out of you and the band, and
Yeah.
I like the fact there was some doubling up of your vocals,
Yeah.
and of course your guitar came through all the time, but and also the fact that you changed it or whatever you did, there was some different. Used to be in the old blues day, if you were listening to Freddie King, Freddie's guitar sounded the same way through the whole album.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was Freddie.
There's some
you know.
changes in it. Yeah.
Yeah, they might be
We
in a
used
different key.
nylon. I had fuzz,
Yeah.
I had like different, yeah, I used different stuff, I mean,
And I think
you
that
want to,
that makes it different and also makes it sound better
it's a
because you're not
journey,
listening to the same. Is it? Yeah.
you
And
know?
what do you? And I was watching one of your videos. You were playing something there in New Orleans. It was last year. You're playing this funky looking guitar, looked like half a Les Paul. You know which one I'm talking about.
Half a Les Paul.
Well, no, it was weird. It looked like a violin. Looked like a violin.
Yeah, I just got this guitar. Talking about this
Yeah.
one?
What is that?
This is a JH guitar. It's a company called JH.
Right.
And it's like a custom builder, and he's a fan of mine on TikTok, and he said, man, I build these wonderful guitars. He sent me some pictures of it. I was like, man, that's the coolest thing I ever saw.
It's pretty cool.
And he said, I'd love to send you one if you'd be willing to play it on TikTok. And I said, yeah. I said, send it to me. I said, I'll only keep it if it's something that I know that I'll be willing to play.
Yeah.
But if I like it, I'll keep it and play it.
Right.
And I loved it. And I don't
So
get.
where is he located?
Man, to be honest with you, I truly don't even
You
remember
don't
what
know?
state.
Okay.
I don't remember what state he's in.
I assume he's in the States.
Yeah, he's in the States,
Okay.
United States. Yeah, JH. It's like Minnesota or something like that. But
So what's the body made out of?
it is. This is cedar.
Okay.
I want
Cedar.
to say. Yeah, I want to say it's cedar and 5A maple, flame maple.
Okay.
Let me see. Because I have it right. I have it right here. Somewhere. I just got to find it. So yeah. Hang on.
How does the neck feel? What does it compare to? Looks like it's pretty wide.
Oh, cypress, not cedar.
Oh, cypress. Okay.
Cypress. So this is a
'cause that's
cypress top.
I think
and then
cypress is
a
pretty
5A
tight.
flame maple
Flame maple,
back.
yeah.
And it's got a mahogany center, rosewood maple neck,
Okay.
carbon fiber truss rod. So
All this fancy stuff. And who makes the pick? Who's the pickups by?
Mojo tone. They're hand wound Mojo tones. Yeah.
And what do you? I got to ask because I'm a guitar player. What's your strings as far as height? Low to high.
I don't know what the height is, man. I don't.
No,
really
no. I
like
mean,
it.
do you play nines, tens? What do you play?
Oh, I'm endorsed by Ernie Ball, so I play 11s.
Okay.
Purple Slinkies, power Slinkies.
Okay. Okay. That's a cool looking guitar when I saw you playing it.
Yeah, it's different. I like that one a lot. I've been playing this Les Paul Special a lot with the P90s.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, that's the old P90s. Yeah.
So I like this guitar a lot. I got a Telly that I travel with a lot. So
Well, if you got a 335 back there behind you or something.
yeah, that's
like
a 335. That's a
Yeah.
Harper custom shop guitar, and then this one's made of aluminum. It's a Mercury Labs made by my friend Michael Caine in New Orleans, who's a crazy good artist. So that guitar is made of metal, and it's amazing too. It's super light and
There's some guys over in England I interviewed about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. That's all they make their guitars out of.
oh
Of course,
nice.
they call it aluminium, but they do them on. They're all aluminum.
Aluminum, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought, well, what does that thing sound like? And I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting because it's not. Well, you see what I play.
This
I
one's
like,
warm. This one sounds warm, believe it
Really?
or not. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not super tinny. He
which
sprays
you think metal would be that way? Yeah.
well, he sprays it on the inside with spray insulation foam.
Huh.
It's ugly. It's ugly as all get out in there,
Yeah.
But it works. I mean,
Yeah.
it works, and it. I don't know. I mean, it works. So
Well, and you're at the point now that you get all these people that want to give you stuff. That helps. I mean,
Mostly.
I was mentioning about Walter Trout earlier. He's a Strat guy, and but he said I have a Strat that I bought back in 1970 something, But he said, I got a guy that I play so-and-so, kind of like you. And I go, who's that? He goes, guy's in Texas. Makes them for me. Because and I said, well, why do you use it? He says, well, he's figured out how to make them lighter. After 50 years of playing, my shoulder's killing me. So somehow he's made it lighter so I can play it longer on stage. Yeah. And as you get older, you're like, I don't need a 15-pound Les Paul, which is most of them are.
Lightest. I'm the same way. I want the lightest possible. Like, you give me a 6-pound telly and you'll have a happy man. I mean, that's what.
As long as we could get the sustain out of it, and of course I guess just pushing everything now, you can do that, which makes a big difference now.
Yeah, I have my buddy Jeff Richard Carondelet pickups. He makes pickups and he is absolutely incredible, man. He's super incredible. So yeah, Carondelet pickups. That's the pickup company I'm endorsing now. And he recently just nailed the 59 humbucker, the PAF. Yeah. And Carter Vintage made his pickup the official replacement for a 59. Like if a real Les Paul comes in, he made them people turn white as a ghost with his pickup. They couldn't believe how he A-B'd it with a $500,000 guitar. He had it in an Epiphone Les Paul that was cut in half so that you could pull pickups out and put them in.
Oh, wow.
They A-B'd it against a $500,000 Les Paul, and you couldn't tell the difference with your eyes closed. That's
amazing.
It was insane. Yeah.
Do you get people come up to you and go, what do you play? Do you have your genre?
Oh, yeah.
What do you tell them?
I tell them everything that I write has a little bit of blues rock in it, but I'm multi-genre. I mean, I write Americana, I write adult contemporary, I write blues rock, I write country. I try to write a little something for everybody. Yeah. That's why my record's kind of a smorgasbord. I've got some bluesy, shuffly stuff. I got some stuff that feels more like adult contemporary. I got some stuff that feels poppy. I got some stuff that feels like more Stapleton-like. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like drinking through is kind of like a Stapleton. Insanity could be adult contemporary. A Fool Can See's blues rock. Baby I'm Through is straight up Baton Rouge blues. So I mean, I try to have something for everybody because music's consumed that way now. Like,
oh sure,
very rarely does. I mean, you're going to listen to the record and find the songs that you like, but the whole record's not going to make it on your playlist anyway. It's only going to be a couple of the. Yeah, know what I'm saying? It's only going to be a couple of songs. Yeah. And it's you're going to have your Bonamassa and your Buddy Guy and your this on there, and then your couple Boogie Long songs that you like, and it's, you're going to throw them on your playlist. So I mean that's I accidentally write that way. So it's not like
I understand.
I just feel. Like I'll start writing on something and then it'll take a turn of a pop song and then I just roll with it. I don't try to rein it back into like, oh, it's all got to be blues. Like if my baby don't leave me early one morning on the freight train leaving the station, then it ain't music. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I don't have that mentality. You know.
Well, but I like that. So tell me how you're going to support this new project. What are you going to do? You going on tour?
I want to go on tour. I want to play as many places as possible. It's hard to put tours together now because there's so much drama in it. But I'm gonna take a trio on the road in my Suburban to anywhere that wants to book me to come play, and I want to sit down in front of people and just be a positive light. Because I mean that's really all I try to do is be inspirational. I just try to inspire in some way.
Well, I don't think you have to try very hard. When you start playing, people go, "Okay, I'm inspired."
Yeah, I mean, it's not about me; it's about everybody else, Yeah. And that's really all I want to do is just bring positive music to people. The world's so crazy right now, and we just need positive. We just need just good stuff happening.
Keep up the great playing, my friend.
Sure, thank you, Rick. I appreciate
your time, and have a wonderful weekend. And by the way. Say hello to Mom for me.
I sure will. Thanks, brother.
Take care. See you. Bye-bye. Well, that's it for this episode of The Trout Show. Thanks so much for stopping by, and a very big special thank you to Mr. Jonathon Boogie Long for coming on and talking to me about his career. He's a fantastic player, man. I've seen his videos, and I've listened to his new album, which, by the way, gets released on March 6, 2026, so check that out, please. He was giving some albums away, too, some CDs. Just go to his website, boogielong.com, B-O-O-G-I-E, Long, all one word, boogielong.com, and you can find everything you need to know about him. We wish him much success with his release and his upcoming tour for 2026. For more information about me and The Trout Show, just go to my website at thetroutshow.com. Everything is right there. You need to know more podcasts. You can see the YouTube videos. You can check out all my music, everything that's going on here at The Trout Show, and we always have some other guests coming up that we know you're going to like. And once again, thanks to the guy that keeps the lights on here, Mr. David Smith with Edward Jones. Thank you, David, for supporting us all these years. So until next time, people, you know what I always say. It's only rock and roll, but I love it. See ya!